Do you like yarn eyes? I like yarn eyes. I prefer them to the safety eyes, and I think you do like them because the last two videos that I've made on different designs for yarn eyes have been pretty popular, especially this one. It's gotten a lot of views for my little channel, and today I want to show you a different design that I've created because it's a modification of the design that I use for this puppy dog right here. Now in this design, the eyes are actually two different pieces. You have to sew the black piece on top of the white piece. And maybe not all people want to take the time to sew these pieces together. So today I'm going to be showing you a very similar design, but you don't have to sew the pieces together. We'll just continue crocheting in rounds and you'll be done in no time. So for today's tutorial, I'm gonna be using a 3.5mm hook, and the two yarn colors that I'm gonna be using are the Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn. Now, black yarn can be difficult to really kind of see what's going on, so instead of the black for the middle part, I'm gonna be using a pink yarn. Hopefully that helps you see the stitches and understand what I'm really doing. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's get crocheting. Okay, for round one, I'm starting by making a magic ring and putting 6 single crochets in it. Again, remember, I'm using this pink yarn because I don't think the black yarn is going to show up too well on camera, and it gets pretty difficult to see what's going on in this second round because I'm going to put a slip stitch into every single one of these single crochets that I made. Now, I think it's important to point out what's really happening here because these slip stitches can make you think that you've actually got an extra stitch in the round. So if you use a stitch marker, you'll be able to keep track of what's really happening here, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along. Now we're on round 3, and we're going to start by joining this white yarn to the first slip stitch that we made in the second round. Now we want to go ahead and put a single crochet in the next stitch. In the next stitch, we are going to put a single crochet and a half double crochet. Once you're done with that, put 3 half double crochets into the next stitch. Now you're going to put a half double crochet and a single crochet in the next stitch. We're going to end round 3 by making a slip stitch into the next stitch. And really, that's it. When I first started making amigurumi, I went for the safety eyes, and I think most people do. They give you a polished look, they really do add some character, and these days, there are some pretty fancy ones. You got glitter eyes, you got big eyes that make it look more like a cartoon. But if you get really good at making and crocheting your own yarn eyes, you can end up with an even better look. The reason I started using yarn eyes is because I had trouble finding the right safety eye. I'd go to my local craft store and the supplies the selection was pretty limited. The colors, the sizes, and most of the time, I don't always use the same yarn that is called for in the pattern. I sometimes find patterns that ask for a lightweight yarn or a weight 3 yarn, and I prefer working with a weight 4, which is a little thicker. So my finished product is gonna be a little bit bigger than what they have in the pattern, which means I'm probably gonna need bigger eyes. And that was something I learned the hard way. So using yarn eyes helps you reduce the need to search for the perfect safety eye. You can also use these yarn eyes on some of those plushies that people make with the chunky yarns, which safety eyes tend to fall out of. So crocheting your own eyes out of yarn is gonna make sure that they stay on your doll. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial for these simple eyes, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I think that's gonna be it for now. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more. Thanks for watching. I like yarn eyes. Isn't he cute? Look at that Betty.